Okay, there we go. Top of the board, man. Yo. Welcome into the capsule. Today is November the 5th. There are 11 games in the NBA today. So we'll go through not all of them, as always. It's a big, healthy slate. I haven't even had a chance to dive into all these, especially from a player prop perspective, which is something that I want to get back into a little bit more. But recap of yesterday, as we always do before we talk about today. Two plays I ended up going official with. Was kind of kicking myself for not taking Toronto. I thought they were the side. I talked about it yesterday. Minus the 2.5, it went down to the 3.5, the 4.5, whatever number it is you got. Toronto was a winner, but I didn't bet it. What I did bet was the winner was the Bulls. Shout out to Josh Giddey for having another triple-double last night and bringing them back from down 25-27. I was hoping Chicago played today, so I paid them. But they actually don't play again until tomorrow. I actually don't play again until Friday, but that was the winner. The loser was the Orlando and Atlanta game under the total, and I can't play Orlando unders no more. That's what I realized because their offense, even though their offense stinks, their defense still sucks. They gave up, I think it was 30 points in every quarter, except the fourth quarter. They gave up 29. So that was my only the loser. So 1-1 day for me yesterday. Didn't make any money at all. Got to do a little bit better here today. And there's tons of opportunities to do so. So we're going to jump right into it for today. I'm going to try to be brief, try to get through as many of these games as possible. Let's see real quick. I think StreamYard may be like messing up a little bit because never mind. There we go. All right. Tag says, morning community at the Garden ain't going to play. I like Minnesota to cover and maybe to win. I don't think Ant is playing today. Jonathan said, I'm on the Spurs plus 2.5. Good morning, Brian. It says, Oh my was with the Magic definitely inconsistent finding today. Lakers Spurs, I like points early. Carlos says good morning. Hawks were running Magic out of the gym last night. Desmond Bane had enough and switched to volleyball, started spiking the ball off people. You're right, Carlos. Desmond Bane, all Orlando Magic as a team right now, they're characters right now, man. They are not doing anything. They want to play fast and they suck playing fast. They're gonna have to figure it out. What's up, Queese? It's Rise and Grind 1-4 night, ready to bounce back. Warriors first quarter only cash. Bulls didn't cover. Game didn't go over. Magic no cover. Clips no cover. And Sixers loss. Vucci man got the job done last night. Shout out to Vucevic with that corner 3-pointer. G421 says, "What's up, Spurs money line?" All right, we're gonna have to get to it, man. What's up, Helping Hands? It's Chris. When you gonna link back up with the Sauce Network? If you're on your own thing, I just love to see you with the others as well. Yeah, I'm not sure, man. Me and Cal can't really work out a schedule. I can't do midnight shows. That's the only thing. But if Cal wants me on the weekend, like I'm sure that I'll be, hop on the weekend and talk the games out, evenings, afternoons, whatever. I just can't do midnight. Let's see. I ain't messing. Don't fade the Bulls, especially at the crib, man. Don't fade the Bulls at the crib. I finally got some money with them yesterday. Appreciate you, JoJo. Says great games last night. Don't forget to hit the like button. Yeah, random likes up if you guys can. Definitely helps out the show and the algorithm. Vaughn says Alexander Walker turnovers last 3 games, 3, 5, and 7. Might have to start looking into that. Took the Giddey ladder. He did what he needed to. Yeah, he got the job done last night, man. Philly kind of ran out of gas. I'm not sure how, but I'll take it. All right, let's get into it for today. Yesterday, JaXon. We'll start with JaXon, AI Sports Bet Tool. Yesterday, JaXon, I gave you guys one play that JaXon liked, and it was the Giannis double-double. I told you guys I wasn't going to give you that. The other play was Concanipple over his rebounds and assists. It was at 6.5. Let's see real quick. I didn't watch the whole game, but I did catch some of it. Let's just go real quick and see if Concanipple got over. Crushed it. Damn, he finished with 11. 6 rebounds and 5 assists last night for Concanipple. So that was an easy winner last night. So JaXon went 1-0 yesterday. 2 looks for JaXon today. Back to the player props. JaXon likes, let's see. Kelly Oubre over his 1.5 made threes. He is playing on the second leg of a back-to-back. It says that Oubre's hit the over 1.5 in 100% of his games so far this season, averaging 2.4 made threes. This perfect hit rate over a season, over 7 games, provides the strong statistical floor for this recommendation. Furthermore, his recent form is even better, averaging 2.6 made threes over his last 5 games. Then you got the Cavs defense, which do give it up from the 3-point line. They rank 29th in the league in opponent defense versus his position for 3-point field goals made. This means that the Cavaliers are one of the absolute worst teams at defending the perimeter against Oubre's position, suggesting he will have ample opportunities for open looks. He should get a little more usage without him being on the floor as well. All right, then the next look is Simone Fontecchio over his 7.5 points for the Miami Heat. It says that last five games he has 100% hit rate, averaging 12.4. Last 7 games this season, 100% hit rate, averaging 12.7. At all of his road games, he's gone over 13%. This is a nice gem. Okay. So Fontecchio is over 7.5, 100% of his games this season, averaging a robust 12.71. This is a massive statistical cushion against a line of 7.5. His performance is even slightly better when playing on the road, while the Denver Nuggets defense against his position is 7, slightly tougher matchup. The sheer volume and over performance and the plus money at plus 102 makes this an undeniable value play. 2 looks from JaXon, man. Simone Fontecchio over 7.5 points, and Kelly Oubre Jr. over his 1.5 made threes are the 2 looks for JaXon today. Let's jump into it, man. Tons of games. I can't be on here for super long today. First one we got up is the Philadelphia 76ers and the Cleveland Cavaliers. So we start with the injury report on the Philly side. Pretty sure Joel Embiid won't play on the second leg of a back-to-back. He has not been ruled out yet. Dominique Barlow and Paul George are what I see on the injury report, but Philly can submit late, of course. We'll see what happens. On the Cleveland side of things, Garland is supposed to make his season debut. He is officially listed as questionable. You also got Jared Allen listed as questionable as well. And Sam Merrill also listed as questionable in this game. And, of course, there's no Max Strus either. So Jared Allen is still dealing with a fractured finger. He's missed the last 2 games for them. So Philly is not in a great spot at all. They're playing second leg of back-to-back, of course, with travel from Chicago, but also third game in 4 nights and fourth game in 6 nights. Last 3 have all come with travel as well. It's a terrible spot for Philly. Kind of like this is the spot for the Bucks, except the Bucks won the game before when they beat the Pacers, and Philly lost last night. So with the way I kind of look at the game, and then I look at the Cleveland side of things, they have 2 days off of rest, no travel, and they don't have a look at his spot. They got the Wizards on Friday, so you won't find a better team to not have to look ahead against other than the Washington Wizards. So the way I kind of look at the game, I was thinking to myself last night, I really want to fade Philly on the second leg of a back-to-back, third and fourth and sixth. But the way that they lost last night, I do think that they can be competitive in this game. I would like the Cavs side a little bit more if I knew Jared Allen was going to play. Darius Garland first game back, I'm not sure what that's going to look like. So he could come in, kind of mess up the continuity a little bit. The Cleveland Cavaliers are coming off a win against Atlanta in their last game as well, where they play really good defense. But the Cavs are 24th in offensive rating. That should improve a little bit tonight. I can't get there with anything. I think maybe Philly early. Philly has been one of the best first half teams in the NBA. If you watched the game last night, they had 45. They put 45 on the Bulls in the first quarter. And I talked about this the other day when they were playing against the Brooklyn Nets. I said if one of the plays I like in the game is that first quarter to go over. I don't know what it is, but Philly catches teams off guard in the first quarter. Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, Kelly Oubre Jr. They just knocked down 3-pointers, man. So I'm looking at it right now. In the first half, Philly is 5-1, 6-1 ATS in the first half so far this season. I think I would probably look towards Philly in the first half in this game, especially with them coming off a loss the way that they did. I think that they can still compete. They probably run out of gas late, which is why I don't want them for the full game. But and I don't want to lay this big of a number, especially with Jared Allen being listed as questionable. I hope that all makes sense. Philly is 5-1-1. 4-2-1 against the spread in the first half. The Cavs are 3-4 in the first half. Take with that information, do what you want. Maybe even a look towards the 76ers team total to go over. They are shooting the 3 really, really well. Second and above the break 3 field goals attempt, field goal percentage. And the Cavs, I told you guys, they're struggling. They're bottom 10 in 3-point defense. So I think Philly early in this game is the way that I would play if I had to play. Don't want to lay this big of a number with the Cavs, even though the spot does say that they could, potentially get there. So that's my thought process on the game. I didn't really look too much into player props. But Philly first half. What can you get Philly first half at? Let's see. First half point spread. Philly they should be something like a +5, maybe 5.5, 6.5 on Hard Rock, but it is juiced to +1 -120. 5.5 is a consensus, so I'll add that. I do think that their offense runs out of gas. Cleveland has been playing a little bit better defense, but it's really hard to bet unders in today's NBA. So Philly team total under 112.5 is something that I had on my short list as well. All right, let's see what you guys are thinking here. What up, Hefe? Appreciate you for tapping this. It's finally made it live. What up, Helms? Hope all is well with you, bro. Strange Music says, yo, what's happening? What's good with the Bull? How good was the Chicago Bulls comeback? Josh Giddey was on fire. Yeah, it's a fact. That is a fact. They started playing a little bit of defense too. You can't give up 45 points in the first quarter, man. Uber been in great form. Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree. Philly plus 10. I don't trust Cleveland. Give me the points, Brian says. What up, Anthony? Appreciate you for tapping in. Feel like I haven't seen you in quite a minute. Garland's supposed to be in. He is supposed to be in. I expect the Cleveland Cavaliers to take more and more money because Embiid hasn't got ruled out yet. That's probably going to be money for the Cavs as well. I'll be looking towards Philly in the first half. Appreciate you for tapping in, Cap Zach. He says, man, it's been a while since I've caught a live show. What's up, Chris in chat? Go Bulls. Yeah, go Bulls. What's up, Cap Zach? 3 times says, good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Nurse should be ashamed of himself last night. Good luck, everyone. That's a fact. That's a fact. Chosen one agrees. Mitchell 25.5 points over. JoJo says G421 was good. Says when Chris says ain't no one else on the Suns plus 10.5. I knew I left up public trap. How much they lose by last night? They lost by, you could have got 11.5 though. They ended up losing by 11, right? How much did they end up losing by last night? I thought they lost by, did they lose by 10 or 11? Lost by 11. You could have got 11.5 though. I think line was 11.5. Bad spot for Philly. I agree with that. Taking the over. What up, Tariq? Says I'm live betting the Cavs. Paul says shout out from the Philippines. Appreciate you, Paul, for tapping in, man. Peter says nurse shameless though. That's a tragic last night, man. All right, next game up, we got the Nets. They will be in Indiana tonight, taking on the Pacers. So injury report real quick here on the Brooklyn side of things. I did see MPJ was off the injury report. He was listed as out in the last game for personal reasons. He's supposed to be back. No Howard Haysmith. Here's the thing for the Indiana Pacers. Everybody is on the injury report. So this will be even worse than what it typically is. No Obi Toppin, no Andrew Nembhard, no TJ McConnell, no Benedict Mathurin, no Quentin Jackson, who's actually looked really good for them. No Furphy as well. And the Brooklyn Nets are not in a great spot. This is their game in 4 nights. They have not won a game all season. I think they're the only winless team left. Eventually, they got to get a W, man. The Pacers, not a great spot. They're playing 4th game in 6 nights. This is the 4th straight home game for them, so not a lot of travel. I think Brooklyn's the right side, man. I saw plus 7.5 last night. It was minus 120. I probably should have jumped on that. I know Brooklyn is absolutely atrocious. They're 0-7 against the spread. They give it up to everybody. But we got to remember something. This is the first time the Pacers been laying points all season. And they're playing 4th game in 6 nights. Will they win the game? I do think so. Will it be by margin? I can't quite get there. I know Brooklyn has looked terrible. I just faded them in their last game. They've been really, really bad in the first half. I think I wrote down on my notes that the Nets opponents are 7-0 in their first half to the over in their first half team total. The Pacers opponents are 6-1 to their first half under. But a lot of that, well, not a lot of that. Every single Pacers game, they've been a dog so far this season. Now you're laying 6.5. I can't quite get there at 6.5, man. I get it. It may look easy to take the Indiana Pacers. Brooklyn lose every game by this amount of points, but I'll be looking towards Brooklyn in this game, man. I do think that the Pacers could potentially run out of gas. They won it that last game really, really, a lot against the Bucks in that last game. They lost by 2. Before that, they played their hearts out against the Warriors, and they're just missing too many pieces, in my opinion. Ben Shepherd, Aaron Nesmith, Jarris Walker, Pascal Siakam, Jackson playing center. Like, this is not a bad team. Here's the problem. They got 8 players. I think I saw the injury report. Matter of fact, I screenshotted it last night. They only got 8 healthy players, the Indiana Pacers do, for this game. So if Brooklyn ever going to have a chance to win a game, I know it's on the road. I know they suck on the road, but it's going to have to be sometime soon. I'll be looking towards the Brooklyn Nets in this game with nothing at all. First time, like I said, Pacers laying points all season. That's my thought process on the game. Let's see. Dom says, I'm about to try out the Pacers at this point. I'm about to try out for the Pacers at this point. Someone says, pass for me. Dude says Mavs on the do not bet list. They got to be at least for right now. Downs is Brooklyn money line. I like Brooklyn plus the points as well. Plus the 6.5 would be it for me. What's up, dude? Appreciate you for tapping in as always, bro. JFX, good morning. He says this is a dirty dog. MPJ on point seems like a solid play. Brooklyn is the dirtiest team on the card for today. I like the Nets, man. I'm probably gonna get there. Haven't bet them yet, but like I said, I saw plus 7.5. I woke up this morning, 7.5 are gone. So that's my quick thought process there. All right, next game up we have is the Jazz. They will be in Detroit today. They are getting 10.5 points. Now, this line opened at, I think I saw it 9. So the Jazz will continue to be without Walker Kessler. Remember, they shipped him back to Utah to, I think it's his shoulder that they were looking at. So Walker Kessler's out, no Gorgeous Niang. They did get Isaiah Collier to play in that last game. Detroit has already listed Tobias Harris out. Of course, there's no Jaden Ivey, and Marcus Sasser is also listed as out for this game for Detroit as well. So you got the Jazz coming off a double-digit win. I'm sorry, not a double-digit win. They're coming off a win as a double-digit dog, and it's a terrible spot for the Utah Jazz. Third game in 4 nights, fourth game in 6 nights for the Utah Jazz as well. Remember, they were just playing back-to-back. They played Charlotte recently. After they played Charlotte, got smoked. They played Boston. They won that game. Before that, they had a game right before not the day before, but a day before that. So this is 4th and 6. Last game, I think, of this road trip for them as well. Not a great spot for Utah. The Pistons, I don't really want to lay with the Pistons, even though they have been looking really, really good. This is their first game back home. Remember, they went to altitude on Saturday. They won that game against the Mavs by double digits late in the fourth quarter, and then they were able to go in and beat the Grizzlies as well. Finally got their revenge after losing 9 straight times to the Grizzlies. So the way I thought about the game, right, I'm looking at the Utah Jazz offensive rating in their last few games, and I'm not going to pull this up on the screen I'm not going to pull it up on the screen just for time purposes, but I'm looking at the Utah Jazz, and I'm thinking to myself, their offense has really been trash recently. When I went back and looked at it real quick, they had an offensive rating of 109.4 in their last game, which is 29th percentile per cleaning the glass. Before that, they played the Charlotte Hornets. The Charlotte Hornets now had a 102.2 offensive rating. Before that, they played the Phoenix Suns. They had a 95.9 offensive rating. And this Detroit team is not really great offensively. Detroit's actually not as good offensively as you would think that they are. Last night, I wrote in my notes that Detroit is 25th in offensive rating. But one thing about Detroit so far this season is they have been playing defense, man. They really, really struggle as far as like shooting the basketball consistently from the three-point line. They don't have a lot of great three-point shooters. Duncan Robinson, somebody that, shoots it pretty well. But Detroit's number 5 in defensive rating. I kind of think that Utah will struggle to score the basketball in this game. I think Utah used a lot of energy to beat Boston in that last game after getting absolutely obliterated in back-to-back games versus the Suns and the Charlotte Hornets. The Utah Jazz are also 23rd in offensive rating right now. I just think that their offense won't show up. So with the spread already moving from 9 up to 10.5, I think Utah 26th in effective field goal percentage, 29th in turnover rate, playing their 4th game in 6 nights, all on the road. I think their offense runs out of gas here. I like the Utah team total under. You can get a 110.5. That's the way I want to play this game and kind of stay away from this big spread laying with the Detroit Pistons. But you can get a 10.5 right now on FanDuel at minus 114, 109.5 everywhere else. ESPN Bet got a 10.5, but it's minus 120. I mean, they got a 110.5, but it's minus 120. So those are my quick thoughts on that game. Let's see what you guys are thinking here. Strange says, feel sorry for the Pacers. I have to stay away from that team. Had the Clippers in a parlay for 4K. Oof, that's terrible. Pistons been balling. I like Isaiah Stewart over his points. Tariq says he agrees with the Nets. Adam says, good morning, Chris. Think I'm joining you on the Bulls free diet. I'm all for the Bulls free diet, man. I'm actually looking to back the Bulls in every way, shape, and possible I can. They continue to make money. The Bulls ATS record is a lot more profitable than my record this season. So I'll be looking to find the Bulls, man. He said the Hornets got the mafia call and cooked me. They were winning by what, like 7 or 8 in the fourth quarter, and yeah, you can't. Some of these teams you just can't take serious, man. Jazz plus 10.5, just too many points. Brian says Jazz team total under 110.5. Dimes likes it as well. Cade over his assists as well. He's been cooking. That's a fact, dude. I'm not sure what Cade assist is, but he has absolutely been cooking for sure. Real quick, I do want to check this out because I know Cade has been cooking his assist line. Matter of fact, I haven't brought up any player props for today, so let's just go over the Outlier real quick, and we can look at it together. And then I'll get back into the games because Cade and no, I don't think too many teams give up too many assists like the Utah Jazz do. So real quick, let's just refresh this. This Cade look right here though. I like this from Duke. He knew he had 12 last game. He might have had 12 like in back-to-back games. Him and Jalen Duren are slowly but surely becoming a dynamic duo in the NBA. And it's crazy. You gotta love that. Like the hardships that the Detroit Pistons had to face with Cade being hurt and coming up in the draft the way that they did. Jaden Duren out there looking like a prime LL Cool J with his muscles having muscles, man. This like you really like to see this. So let's real quick. This is Outlier. Link is in the description if you guys want to check it out. So he only had 8 against Memphis, but his assist line is at 9.5. He had 10 and 18 in his last 2 games before that. So this season, he's averaging right at 9.5, which is where his line is at today. The Utah Jazz are giving up the second most assists. You can see that right here. And it's a terrible spot for him as well. So I like that. I like that look a lot. Cade over his assist prop. For player props, I don't think it's a bad look at all. Definitely see Cade going over his assist prop. All right. Let's see. Where was I at? Where's that? Okay. Said Cade. I like that. Cade and Duren going off. -10.5. G421 says. What up, J man? Appreciate you for tapping in. Good morning, Mitchell. Says Hornets are cooked. But anyways, press the like button for Chris. Takes 2 seconds. I appreciate that, man. Hit the like if you guys can. Definitely helps. Fader Lay says, what's up, my guy? This season has been tough as a better this far. I agree. I do agree. Tariq says I jumped on Bulls plus 9.5. Good money. Somebody sent me a ticket. They put $30 on the Bulls last night when they were down. They won 300 I think it was 300. So they called them plus 300, I guess. I think it was plus 300. I just took the -130 because I had already taken them. Let's see. Cade over his points, rebounds, and assists for Chosen One. One of them games he had 18 assists. What up, PZ? J-Man says assists a ladder for Cade. Yeah, I just think the Jazz, I think it's a bad spot for the Jazz. They run out of gas. I like the team total under. All right, next one up. Wizards and the Celtics. So real quick, I know I've got a lot of time left, but I do want to tell a quick funny story. So I'm downstairs. I'm getting my workout in this morning, and I got my headphones there, like I'm jamming. I'm listening to the Wizards. I'm watching the Golden State and Phoenix Suns game, specifically the second half of the game from last night. And my son comes downstairs while I'm working out. He's like, "Dad," I'm like, I turn my headphones down. I'm like, "What's up, kid?" And he's like, "I got a joke for you." I'm like, "What you got?" He like, what? I'm like not really thinking, right? He's like, Dad, what NBA team starts with an I? And I'm looking at him like, bro, what are you talking about? No NBA team starts with an I. Like I've told you all the teams, you know all of them. Like, bro, like you wasting my time. Like, what you talking about? He's like, the Wizards. Remember you told me, Dad, that the Wizards don't have they don't get no W's. I bust out laughing. I said, you got me, bro. That's a good one. He said, the Wizards, Dad. So all right, jump right back into it, man. I just wanted to share that with y'all real quick. My son know the Wizards suck too. He said they called the Wizards, Dad. That's what you told me a couple days ago. He said, you don't remember your own joke? I said, my fault, man. I totally forgot. So the Wizards, Celtics, back to the game. The Wizards are not laying anything. They're getting 12 in this game, 11.5, depending on where you check the number at. I think it's 11.5 for most books. Total 228.5, which is up. It's gone up 4 points. So the Wizards will be without Chris Middleton. Boston will be without Tatum. He's the only person on the injury report. Washington is playing their second straight game. They've lost 5 straight. The last 3 have come by 17 or more. The Celtics are playing their 4th game in 6 nights, and this is their 3rd straight home game after back-to-back losses to the Houston Rockets and the Utah Jazz. So one of the things that really stuck out to me in that last game is Boston. One thing we got to look out for Boston is they really, really struggle with teams that can rebound the basketball. They were -19, I think, in that last game, even on the second leg of a back-to-back. But and the Boston Celtics are giving up the most offensive rebounds. Here's why I think I took Boston team total over in that game. They only have a 114 offensive rating, they have a 114 offensive rating, which is 21st in the NBA. The team total is like 121.5. The Wizards been giving that up to everybody. Here's the thing you got to like about Boston. First of all, you expect them to be super motivated coming off back-to-back losses, especially against the Jazz laying double digits. I'm not laying this many points with the Boston Celtics because I still think that the line is a little bit inflated. But the Washington Wizards are not a good rebounding team. They're actually 27th in offensive rebound rate, whereas the Jazz are a really good rebounding team. I think we get maximum effort in this game. I agree with the total going up. I think Boston will be able to shoot the basketball. The Wizards are not a great defense as far as guarding the three-point line. I think the Wizards are going to turn the ball over as well. They are 25th in turnover rate. I probably would go back to a Boston Celtics team total over, but I don't think I'm going to touch this game. I think this is one where I'm just going to pass. Just wanted to give you guys my thoughts. The other thing I wanted to mention, Jaylen Brown was fouled in that, and I think it was the second to last play of the game. Foul wasn't called. He went off after the game. I don't know if he's going to get fined or not, but he did go off after the game. So you can't miss that foul. I think it was Keontae George that just kind of tripped him, and then none of the refs saw it when they were the only two with the ball. Like, it made no sense. But if Boston was able to get some calls in this game, that wouldn't surprise me. Maybe in the Boston first half team total to go up and over. But I can't lay points right now with the Celtics. That's just my thought process. Let's see what you guys are seeing here. Buffalo says took market under his 25.5 points. Dude says Celtics been making me hot, bro. Dropping big leads. Yeah, I mean, it's just literally out there chucking threes. Right now, they're shooting 31%, which is the second worst three-point percentage in the NBA right now. That's the Boston Celtics. They're still being priced as if they're a great three-point shooting team. They're not a great three-point shooting team right now. Now, as far as frequency, they're second. They shoot the second most threes. They're not making them, though. Let's see. Jay's laughing at my son. That's crazy. Fading the Wizards is the play. Your son gave you the pick, fam. I can't lay this many points, but I understand it though. Like I said, they've lost 3 straight by 17. Let's see. Mr. Smoke Gas 901 says, I need to win money bad. Please help me. Man, I feel sorry for you, bro. You need to win money bad. I would say go get a job. Like go find some employment. Winning money is gambling is not, a sure thing, man. Don't use your last to bet on basketball or sports in general. Can't control these outcomes. Adam says Keyshawn George over his 15 points. Your son already getting replaced or your streams when you retire, ChrisBeCappinn legacy lives on. Oh man. What's up, H-Town? Appreciate you for tapping in, man. Says he caught a live. Oh man, that's funny. All right, let's keep moving. All right, next game up we have is the Rockets and the Grizzlies. So Rockets, Grizzlies game will be played in Memphis today. Let me just double check something. All right, yeah. All right. So Rockets, Memphis. There's a couple of them I'm not going to touch on. Y'all know that already. So the Houston Rockets let's look at the injury report. They will potentially be without Jabari Smith Jr. He's listed as questionable. Steven Adams is also listed as questionable. No Dorian Finney-Smith, and of course, no Fred VanVleet. The Memphis Grizzlies will be without the same people that they're always without: Brandon Clark, Zach Edey, Ty Jerome, Scottie Pippen Jr. And you got the Rockets. It's line open, I think, at 6, and it's now up to 7.5. Or was it 6.5? 6.5 up to 7.5. Total has come down from 233.5 down to 232. I kind of want Steven Adams in if I want the Rockets. I kind of want Jabari Smith Jr. in, definitely, if I want the Rockets. Rockets didn't cover against Dallas in that last game. You got a Memphis team that's not in necessarily the greatest spot. They are playing their third game in 4 nights and fourth game in 6 nights. Everybody except, of course, Ja Morant, because he was suspended for 1 game. You got Ja talking about, he doesn't, can't find his joy playing basketball no more. I don't know. I said it last game. I would fade him. Fade the Memphis Grizzlies when they were playing against Detroit. I do think that this Houston team is better than Detroit. But I kind of want everybody in. I do think the Grizzlies, they may just be cooked, man. They may just be cooked. One thing I looked at, though, was I actually looked at the over in this game, and I do want to know what happens with the injury report first and foremost, though, before I, play anything in this game. One thing I looked at was the Rockets, specifically team total to go over. And this was based on, home dogs who failed to cover 5 straight games, which the Grizzlies have now. In the regular season since 2019. It was about a 57% hit rate to the over. I do think the Rockets should be able to get to whatever it is that they want. They should dominate the glass in this game as well. The Grizzlies just aren't really a good defensive team at all. But they also struggle to score. So I'm not sure what to do. If you put him in Thompson or Ja Morant, I think he's gonna slow him down a lot. KCP has not looked like the greatest version of himself, and I just worry about the Grizzlies' offense, honestly. So I don't know, man. I don't really know what to do with the game. Like I said, I want Steven Adams in. I want Jabari Smith Jr. And if I want the Houston Rockets, I don't really want the Grizzlies right now. It feels like a falling knife that I don't want to catch. That's my thought process on this one. Strange says he likes Jaylen Brown in that last game over his 24.5 points. G421 says Celtics playing iffy. Lean with you, Chris. Celtics team total over. I'm not going to play the Celtics again, though. But I do think that they will get a lot of offensive rebounds. Potential. They won't give up as many offensive rebounds in this game. And I do think that some of those threes will fall. Last game was their worst three-point shooting game, I think, in like 7-8 years. They shot 11 for 51, the Celtics did in that last game from the three-point line. But Joe Mazzulla's like, keep shooting them, chuck them. We just going to keep shooting threes. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Salsa Indy just had to throw that shameless plug in. Give me the under Ja Morant points, rebounds, and assists. I couldn't talk you off of that, Markel. Could not talk you off of that. Chosen One says he'll go Houston first quarter. LJ says Rockets first quarter on the road. Auto bet. What's the first quarter number? First quarter point spread. Go to OddsJam. Let's check it out. Houston. First quarter minus 1.5. It is juice though. Minus 118 on FanDuel. I'm gonna write that down. I know how good they've been in the first quarter. I just didn't think about it, but appreciate you, LJ. Appreciate you, Chosen One. First quarter, you can get a minus 1.5 on FanDuel if you don't mind laying the juice. Minus 118 right now on FanDuel. Right now for the Houston Rockets just to win the first quarter. Let's see. Paulie J says did some gambling. I took Steven Adams double going back to his old team. Now we'll bet Memphis. JW says Rockets spread Sengun over his points. If they let me know, if Kyle send me the word, we will be doing it, Adam. But until then, I haven't heard anything from Kyle recently. Ja wants out of there. Ja ruined his career. Good advice. Can't count on gambling to support you until you build a bankroll. That's a fact. Brian says, what up, Chris? He's on the Jazz plus 10.5. Okay. Ja crash out soon. Sengun should eat. Absolutely, he should eat. Yeah, I agree with that. Rockets for me, Tariq says. All right, let's go to the last game I wanted to get through, and then I'll give you guys my notes on the rest of them. Boy. So we got the Spurs and my Lakers. Game we played in LA tonight. Spurs are going to be without all their guys. There's still no De'Aaron Fox, no Luke Cornett. Dylan Harper, of course, got hurt as well in that last game. He's going to be out for the foreseeable future. Kelly Olynyk and Jeremy Sohan are upgraded to questionable after missing that last game in Phoenix on Sunday. And then on the Lakers side of things, Austin Reeves is listed as questionable. Jackson Hayes is probable. LeBron continues to be out, of course. No Gabe Vincent. He's going to continue to be out for a while. And Luka is off the injury report. So San Antonio, well rested. They haven't played since Sunday when they lost to Phoenix for the first time all season. They're coming off loss as a favorite. I think that was a nice little wake-up spot for them in that game. The Lakers have played a ton of games. This is third and fourth for them, fourth and sixth as well. They're coming off a win as a dog. They should be in a little bit of a letdown spot here. I think if I'm playing a game, it's difficult, right? Because, in my opinion, it's difficult because the Lakers' offenses look so good. And the Spurs, before giving up 130 against the Phoenix Suns in their last game, their defense was number 2, or at least top 5 in the NBA. Then you go out there and you give up 130 points to the Suns. And I think that was the proverbial punch in the face that they kind of needed to wake up, man. I do think that San Antonio can win this game. They are the second best defensive rated team. They're 5th in opponent effective field goal percentage. The injury for Austin Reeves is a growing injury. If he doesn't play, I do think that the Lakers team will really, really struggle to score. I expect San Antonio to be locked back in defensively in this game. Now, one thing I will say about San Antonio is they are not defending the three-point line well. So Luka over his three-point looks, I do think it's going to be a pretty good look. I do kind of feel like, the Spurs probably got this game circled after losing their last few. So, I don't know, man. Lakers offenses look really, really good. They're actually second in effective field goal percentage. They are struggling to take care of the basketball, though. Not the greatest three-point shooting team, but they can get hot for different spurts. I think the total coming down makes a lot of sense. especially if Austin Reeves is not going to play because of that groin injury. I think I lean towards San Antonio, man. I do think that they are currently better than my Lakers, but the Lakers continue to fight, man. They continue to fight. I do think it's a spot where they could potentially run out of gas, though, with it being 3rd and 4 and 4th and 6. So those are my quick thoughts on the Lakers game. Let's see what you guys are thinking. I'll give you guys my notes in the last few games. We'll run through those really quickly. Adam says Wemby forgot how to play basketball last game. Big comeback game, I think. Yeah, I mean, Jackson Hayes and DeAndre Ayton, like I said, I told you guys yesterday to, send some prayers up for them, because I do think that, somebody like Wemby playing in a big city like LA, coming off a loss as well, like he'll be super aggressive tonight. I'm not even sure what his points, rebounds, and assists is, but hopefully JJ Redick got some kind of scheme to slow him down. Hopefully he can watch something that the Suns did. Dude says Lakers and Luka over Wemby, inconsistent. Let's get it done. Brian says Lakers -2, Luka points, AR assists at home. Lakers first quarter team total over. Okay. JW says Ja was the YN's Allen Iverson, except he keep faking like Jamaican. He's a suburban kid. Identity crisis. Dude says every time the Lakers should lose, they don't. We going to ride the train to the W. Okay. Frankie says, I appreciate the notes and info, Chris. Y'all have a blessed one. Appreciate you as well, bro, for tapping in. What up? Hot TV Grid says, do you have an address I can send you some merch? Thanks for all the info you have provided me over the year. Yeah, absolutely. Hot TV Grid, hit me on Twitter, and I'll send you my address. I'll send it to you. Spurs money line, Spurs +3.5. Luka safety play. That's a fact. It's definitely a safety play. All right, let's get to the other games real quick. So the ones I didn't go over are I skipped over a couple, and I did it on purpose. So the Minnesota and New York game is not a game that I think I'm going to be betting. This did open at 5.5. I think the numbers come down to 4.5 now. Minnesota, Anthony Edwards is, I guess, upgraded to questionable. If he comes back, man, who knows if Anthony Edwards comes back? Excuse me, he hasn't played basketball in a little over a week, I think it has been. Minnesota, no real travel. They just beat the Brooklyn Nets the other day. They're coming up back-to-back wins against Charlotte and Brooklyn. Not sure how much credit you can give them for those wins, because they are two of the, I think those two teams have combined for what, like a couple wins. So yeah, I don't know how much credit you want to give them. The Knicks are playing 3rd and 4, 4th and 6, but this is their 3rd straight home game. So no travel for them. They off until Sunday, so they can kind of go all in this spot. And when they do play again, they just got the Brooklyn Nets coming to town, so it's not like you have a big look ahead spot at all. Mitchell Robinson listed as questionable for the Knicks. Both of these teams are top 5 offensive rated teams. Neither one of them are top 10 defensive rated teams, surprisingly enough. Minnesota has actually allowed their opponents to go 6-1 to their team total over. So when I was kind of looking at the game, I was thinking, all right, this total's coming down. Totals in the 220s, I feel like have gone over. This was the same total we saw last night between the the Atlanta Hawks and the who did the Hawks play? The Hawks played the Orlando Magic. And, neither team was really great defensively in that game. I kind of feel like this could be an over spot, especially if Mitchell Robinson doesn't play, Anthony Edwards does play. I think we'll see how rusty Anthony Edwards is, but the Knicks are still not a great three-point defense. And we know that, the Minnesota Timberwolves want to shoot a bunch of threes. Julius Randle being back, Dante DiVincenzo being back, both of those guys being back in New York. Anthony Townsend want to prove something to the Minnesota Timberwolves. I think you'll always get the best versions of all of those players that were impacted in that trade. So that's I don't know what I would really do with the spread. That's why I didn't really want to talk too much about the game. Just giving you guys my thought process and my notes on that one. New Orleans and Dallas. I think Pelicans struggle to score in this game. I would lean towards their team total under. I think the best number you can get is real quick, and I know I'm kind of going backwards, but the Pelicans, I think 110.5 you can get for the Pelicans. 109.5 is consensus though. I think Zion, of course, is not playing. He's out for 7 to 10 days. They lost last night. They won last night. And they probably partied, man. You got your first win of the season. You finally got a win. You finally in the win column. You 1-6. You got to get on a plane and go play Dallas, who has lost 2 straight games in 3 of their last 4. I know Dallas will be shorthanded. No Anthony Davis, no Derek Lively. You got to, really rely on Gafford and PJ Washington. But this Pelicans team is not great offensively. They're not great defensively. They probably should have lost last night. I think that you'll get a focused Mavs team. I don't really want to lay this many points with the Mavs, but I do think the Pels run out of gas, especially with it being their 3rd game in 4 nights and 4th and 6th as well. So it'd probably be a look towards their team total to go under. Like I said, the Pels offense, they didn't even go over their team total yesterday against the Charlotte Hornets. I do think and the Dallas Mavericks defensively are a lot better than they are offensively as well. So when I'm looking at the game last night, I'm thinking Pels team total under. So offensively, real quick, the Pels are 27th in offensive rating, 29th in effective field goal percentage, and the Dallas Mavericks are still top 8 in defensive rating, even though their offense is dead last. They're also 4th in effective field goal percentage as well, and they're shooting. They're actually holding opponents to the 3rd fewest free throw attempts. So Pels team total under, they're only averaging about 107.5 points per 100 possessions. I think is a really good look for today's game as well. Miami Dallas. I don't really got time to go through this, but I'll tell you guys, Miami Dallas. I think Miami could run out of gas as well. So I look at the injury report. I know they got Norm Powell back in their last game. They're coming off a big win. JaXon is listed as questionable for the first time all season. He could make his debut for the Miami Heat. The Jamal Murray is listed as probable for the Denver side of things. Miami is playing their 3rd game in 4 nights and 4th game in 6 nights. They're playing their 3rd game in 4 nights. Coming off that win as a dog against the Clippers after losing to the Lakers. Now they're playing at altitude. I don't think that serves them well. Denver is playing their 2nd straight home game. They've only played 1 game this whole week, so they got a significant rest advantage, which is why I think this number is so big. The totals only continue to shoot up. Last night I wrote down, I think this is at 238.5, is up to 241.5 is what I see right now, I think. Let me just double check that total real quick. 242.5. I know Denver's offense has been really, really good. Both of these teams want to play super fast. But I looked at something yesterday. There was teams are just 2-6 straight up, 3-5 against the spread since the beginning of last season when they're playing 3rd game in 4 nights and they have to travel and play in Denver. It's also an under spot, 15-7 to the under. Trend says that they run out of gas in this spot. Miami team total under or Denver ATS is what I wrote in my notes yesterday. Denver gave up 124 points to the Kings, but that's the most that they've actually given up since opening night versus the Golden State Warriors when they gave up 137. Defensively, they've been pretty sound. I think the total is going the wrong way. We've seen these high totals not really get there. Same thing last night with Philly and Chicago. 4th quarter, the game slows down a lot. I think Miami could struggle to score in this game. Just kind of running out of gas, honestly. Denver has not defended the 3-point line too bad this season either. So that's my quick thoughts on that game. Let's see. Yeah, Denver's actually 2nd in 3-point shooting, and Miami only wants to shoot a bunch of threes. So as long as they can keep Miami off the 3-point line, not a great spot for the Miami, in my opinion, in this game. OKC, Portland, don't really have anything on that one. Portland coming off a loss to the Lakers where they were laying, 7.5, 8 points. OKC playing 2nd leg of back-to-back. I did see that Dort left the game last night, I think it was. He probably won't be playing in this one. We'll see if they add anybody else. OKC, well-oiled machine. They end up winning that game, covering even after losing the 1st quarter by double digits. Blazers have the rest advantage coming off a loss. 3rd straight home game for them. I don't really have anything in that game. I thought about OKC team total under. I think Portland will take this game serious after not taking the last one too serious. Portland 5.5 seems like a pretty short number for OKC, but Portland has been scrappy at the crib. I think they've covered every game except like 2, and they are 4-3 straight up as well. So they have been a little bit more surprising. I feel like the Portland Trailblazers have played all their games at home so far this season. They've had the rest advantage in pretty much every single game, but we'll see. I don't think I'm gonna be involved in that game. Golden State Sacramento, another game that I won't be involved in. Golden State will be without Steph. He is going to rest after some kind of cold or something that he caught. Al Horford is, I think he'll play in this game after missing yesterday. And Jimmy Butler's listed as questionable. So I don't know what to do with that game. I know I'm not laying points with the Sacramento Kings though. I think Golden State B team will be able to, contribute in. And I think Sacramento will be a team that I just wanted the dog this season, not really wanting to lay points with them. 3 is what they're laying right now. It's a divisional game. Golden State needs to get back those wins that they didn't get against the Bucks and the Pacers. Steve Kerr, still kind of upset about those. I think maybe a look towards the under. Golden State will struggle to score the basketball without Steph Curry on the floor. If Jimmy Butler doesn't play, offense will take a big hit as well. Sacramento, and I think Golden State defense will be a lot better. Maybe a look towards Moody to go over his props. Sacramento Kings can't really guard anybody. So Moody back in the lineup, I think he'll be somebody. Him, Brandon Brzezinski, I think I would look at those guys for the Warriors and maybe even Kuminga as well, like some Kuminga props. So that's my thought process on that game. And I think that is all of them, right? Yeah, I think that's all of them. Joseph says, I'm looking at the Nuggets first quarter. OKC first half. All first half loss has been great. ROI, LJ says. Okay. Let's see. Mavs minus 7.5 already fired. Meach says fade the Pelicans after emotional win. I agree with that. Like the team total under Mordo. Timberwolves on the spread. If Edwards comes back, probably goes to 1.5. Spurs plus 2.5 for Bryant. I didn't mention it earlier, but Amin Thompson points, rebounds, and assists over. I like the Timberwolves in this spot. Went with or without. We taking the points. Jaden McDaniel's been absolutely killing it, but can't bet against Ant status. I like an over. Rui over his points. Okay. All right. Yeah, I dropped some looks in the chat, man. Whatever it is that y'all on, I hope that you guys cash it tonight, man. I went through all the games. Hit the like button for me on the way out. Philly first half. We'll see what happens if they don't rest anybody. And then Jared Allen gets rolled in. I'll probably be looking towards Philly early. I think that they can run out of gas late. Only way to look in that other game in the Brooklyn and Indiana game is towards Brooklyn. Indiana missed. They only had 8 players, man. Brooklyn, if you ever had a chance to win a game and cover a spread, it's going to be tonight. So if you're looking towards Brooklyn, Utah, and the Pelicans team total under, I told you guys why I like both of those, and I think Miami runs out of gas as well. So hard to bet unders, man, but those are the ways that I'm leaning for today. I think that all of these teams are in bad situational spots. That's why I would be taking their team total unders. And then I want to find some player props as well, but I haven't made any of these bets. I probably will though before the numbers start to move too much, but they haven't really moved a lot since yesterday. So we shall see, man. Best of luck on whatever it is that you guys are betting. Check the resources out. They're all linked in the description of the video as they always are. JaXon, Outlier, Moneyballer, Eyes Jam, and subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. I feel like I said a lot. I'm gonna take a water break and I'm gonna get out of here, man. Y'all enjoy your, what's today? Wednesday. I'll catch you guys in the next one, man. I'm out.